Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, here on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us for our trespasses, yeah, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not in temptation, deliver us from the wicked one. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us for our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not to temptation, deliver us from the wicked one. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Thine is, oh yeah, the kingdom and the power and the glory, oh yeah, forever. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth.
All right, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in Shamaim. All praises, honor, and great esteem unto the Most High Power, Yahuwah Bahashem, Yahushua HaMashiach, and to the 12 tribes of Israel who are scattered to the four quarters of the earth. I say, Shalom wa Baruchim, that is peace and blessings. And I cannot wait till the day that the Most High brings us back together, and we are once again 12 tribes, one family, one nation under the Most High Power, under one covenant, and back in our own land with a heart of flesh and no more a heart of stone. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Yes, indeed. Joined this afternoon, this evening by my most esteemed Ak Kenanaya. Shabbat Shalom, Aki.
Hey, Shabbat Shalom, Aki. Shabbaton Yasharal. Kwam Yasharala.
Hallelujah. Happy Sabbath. Rise Yisrael. Yes, rise Yasharal. Hallelujah. Yes, indeed. We certainly need ascension. We need rise. We need to rise. Hallelujah. All right. We are back once again, back in the script, back in the text, ready to get in another 7 chapters, Most High willing. And we are back again in the book of Bereshith, one of my favorite books, definitely. And this is not one of my favorite chapters, however. But it's got to be read nonetheless. So let's get to it and get through it. Esau moves, the book of Bereshith, chapter 36, starting with verse number 1. Now these are the generations of Esau, who is Edom. Esau took his wives of the daughter of Canaan, Adah, the daughter of Elon, it's the Hittite, and Hamabama. I said that messed up. I messed that up.
A holy bomb.
A holy bomber. It sound like somebody named today. Some dictator, I think, was named a holy bomber. So wasn't it? Am I mistaken?
Sound like one of the Persian Ayatollah. The Ayatollah.
Okay. Kind. Yeah, I know. I think I've heard that one in the news. So, all right, continuing. The daughter of Anah, the daughter of
Zibion.
Zibion, the Hivite, told everybody. Verse 3. And this is going to be a hard chapter. And Bashama, Ismail's daughter, sister of Neabath Yoth.
Khan.
Yeah, okay, Khan. Verse 4. And Adam bore Esau, Eliphaz, and Bahameth, bear Ruel. Bashamat, told everybody. Bear Ruel. And Alibamoth bear
Yehush.
Salakia. And
Ya'alam.
Ya'amah, and Korah. And these are the sons of Esau, which were born unto him in the land of Canaan. And Esau took him in the land of Canaan. Oh, that's right. He was in Canaan because he was. Okay, God, I'm tripping. I forget. I was thinking, he was a seer, but no, he wasn't Canaan because that's where he was born. Verse 6. And Esau took his wives and his sons and his daughters and all the persons of his house and his cattle and his beasts and all his substance which he got in the land of Canaan, and went into the country from the face of his brother. And went into the country from the face of his brother Jacob. For the riches were more and mighty to dwell together, and the land wherein they were strangers could not bear them because of their cattle. Thus dwelled Esau in Mount Seir. Esau is Adam. It's ironic that it mentions it so many different times. Esau is Edom. Yeah, Esau, Edom. So that is italicized. So that's really not there. That's really Esau, Edom. So it's almost like it's using Edom as a surname, which is ironic because it should be Esau ben Isaac or Ben Isaac. All right, continuing. Descendants of Esau. These are the generations of Esau, the father of the Edomites in Mount Seir. These were the names of Esau's son, Eliphaz, son of Adan, wife of Esau, Ruel, son of Bashemath, wife of Esau. And the sons of Eliphaz were Timon, Oman, Zepho, and Gatham, and Kines, and Timnah, concubine of Eliphaz, Esau's son. She bare to Eliphaz, Amalek. These were the sons of
Adah,
Esau's wife. My goodness, I'll see it and it's go blank. Like, I don't understand how that happens sometimes. But it's like you can get a little drink in me. All right, a little water, carbonated water. All right. That's what people think I'm drinking on the job. All right, verse 13. These are the sons of Ruel, Nathan, and Zerah, and Shama, and Mizah. These are the sons of Bali Shemath, Esau's wife. These were the sons of Aholibama, the daughter of Anah, the daughter of Zibeon, Esau's wife told Aki. And she bare Esau, Uresh, and is
Ya'alam.
Ya'alam. Look, I want to put an S right there because I see that S. It should be. It seems like it should be an S instead of an A. But continue. And Korah. These were the dukes of the sons of Edom. The sons of Eliphaz were born, the firstborn of Esau. And this word duke for all the brothers, Aluf, or Aluf. It's an adjective which is a description, and it means chief or a person that's in charge. So an Aluf is a person that's in charge. That's all it means. Doesn't mean that he was calling himself a duke before the dukes were even around. Doesn't mean he's Dukes of Hazzard. Just means that these are his governors. These are the people that were in charge there. That's what Aluf means. Verse 15. These were the dukes of the sons of Esau. The sons of Eliphaz, the firstborn, sons of Esau, Duke Timon, Duke Omar, Duke Zephah, Duke Kenaz, Duke Korah, Duke Gatam, Duke Amalek. These are the dukes of Eliphaz in the land of Adam. These were the sons of Adah. But it is ironic because we only see this duke here. We don't see anybody else referred to as dukes, even though we see other leaders. Hold on one second. Let me go back to that word right quick. We see it used as different words. We see duke these 57 times. I think this is all in this chapter. We see guys 4 times, friends 2 times, governors 2 times, captains, governors, and then ox. Ox is using the same aloof twice. So anyway, let's continue. Verse 17. That was what I left off, right? 17.
Okay.
These are the sons of Ruel, Esau's son, Duke Nathan, and Duke Zerah, Duke Shema, Duke Mizah. These are the dukes which came of Ruel in the land of Edom. These are the sons of Basemath, Esau's wife. These are the sons of Aholibama, Esau's wife, Duke Urish, Duke Ya'alam, Duke Korah, and these are the dukes that came of Aholibama, the daughter of Anah, Esau's wife. These are the sons of Esau, who are Edom, who is Edom, and these were their dukes. These were their governors. Verse 20. These are the sons of Seir in Horah, who inhabited the land, Lothan, and Shabal, and Zebon, and Anah. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think we looked at this word Horite before, and these were extinct people, right?
What'd you say? What kind of people?
Extinct.
I believe so. I believe that they were wiped out, and cave dwellers.
Yeah, I see cave dwellers here, the inhabitants of Mount Seir, the inhabitants of Edom. In later times, I thought these were the people that he took it from.
Right.
Huh. Because it was, I can't remember
and you're exactly right. It's part of the definition. It says of a people who in very ancient times inhabited Mount Seir, afterwards expelled by the Edomites.
Okay.
Genesis 36 through 20, 36, 20 through 30.
Okay, con. Yeah, I remember we saw that before. I couldn't remember who it was that it was, who the name of it was, because I knew we saw that somewhere, but okay, continue. Were we 21?
Let's see. Con.
Okay, 21. And Dishon, and Ezer, and Dishan, and these are the dukes of the Horites, the children of Seir in the land of Edom. So these are the heads of the Horites. Verse 2. And the children of Latan were Horah and Heman and Lotan, Slaki. And Lotan's sister was Timnah. And the children of Shabal were these, Avan and Manatha, and
Eshban.
Say it again, right?
What verse are you on? What verse are you on? 26?
No, I'm on 23.
Oh, okay. Salakia. Ebal.
Okay, kind. I don't know why I was trying to put that EB together and then AL. I don't know why I was trying to do it like that. Ebal. And Shepho. And Onan, Oam, Noah. Continue. No, it's on am. I know that's probably wrong, but okay, continue. Verse 24. And these are the children of, I told you this is going to be a hard one because these Edom names are terrible. And these are the children of Zaboan, Zibian, my goodness. Zibian, that's the third time you told me that. My bad. Both Ajah or Ayah. Who is Ayah? That's crazy. And Anath. And this was Anath that found the mules in the wilderness and fled and fed the donkeys of Zibian, his father. I'm trying to figure out who this Ayah is. Both Ayah and who?
I think it's the brother. Like these are Horites as well.
Oh, these are Horites?
Yeah, come.
Look, that means falcon. That's crazy.
Yeah. And here's the thing, like Esau's wife was a Horite.
Right. Yeah, he took one of the, yeah. This is part of the reason this seed got corrupted.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. All right, continuing here, verse 25. And the children of Anan were these, Dishon and Aholibama, the daughter of Anan. These are the children of Dishon, Himdan, and Esban, and Atharan, and Charan, and the children of Eleazar are these, Bilhan and Zaavan and Kaan. The children of Dishan are these, Uz and Aran, or AR, yeah, Aran, that's right. And these are the dukes which came of the Horites, Duke Latan, Duke Shabash, Shabal, Duke. I'm so tired of seeing this dude's name.
Zibian.
Zibian. I keep mispronouncing it. It's in every other verse. My goodness. And they just keep passing his name. Just recycle his name, or this is the same cat?
So I believe this might be at least two different cats.
Okay.
My
goodness.
I believe, but I could be wrong. I believe one of the Zibions is Edomite, and then the other one is a Horite.
Oh, okay, that makes sense then. So they would recycle the name because it's prevalent on both sides. All right, and then Duke Anah. Anah, not a horrible name, but I wouldn't want no names that's on this list. Verse 30. Duke Dishon and Duke Izar, Duke Dishon, and these are the dukes which came of Horah. Among their dukes in the land of Seir. These are the kings that reigned in the land of Edom before the reign of the kings over the children of Israel. Before there reigned any king over the children of Israel. So Edom had kings before we had kings. Verse 30. And Bala, the son of Beor. See, when I see that Beor, I'm thinking that cat that they was talking about with Balaam. Son of Beor. I don't know. We'll see. Reigned in Edom, and the name of the city was Dinhabath. And Balaam died, and Yobab, the son of Zerah of Orah, reigned in his stead. And Yobab died, and Humash, or not Humash,
Husham.
Yeah, I put a Mash in there. Husham, I said that completely backwards. M-A-H-S. Anyway, and in the land of Tamina, reigned in his stead. And Hasham died, and Hadad, the son of Bedad, who smote Midian in the field of Moab, reigned in his stead. So wait a minute, Hadad was killing Midian? That's crazy. So they not only they went over there with Ishmael's people and all of them Ishmael's brothers, but they decided they're gonna smite Midian which means they're probably smiting Ishmael as well.
Come.
In the field of Moab, on top of that. So, slacky to the brothers who say that Moab is the Chinese. Were they in China doing this fighting? Because I'm pretty sure they was in Arabia. But that's where Edom is, in Arabia. All right? That's not a jab. That's just a fact. We're reading it on the text here. We're reading in the text right here. The field of Moab. All right? Let's continue. And the name of the city is Aveth. Hadad died, and Samlah of
Masaraka.
Oh my goodness, Mesaraka reigned in his stead, and Shemath died, and Shaul of Rehoboam. Said that. No, it's not an R.
Rehoboth.
Rehoboth.
Mm-hmm.
By the river reigned in his stead. Told I keep. And Shaul died. I wonder why they got a Shaul. I mean, it's only so many, so many names, so many, that you're gonna find. So I kind of hate his name is Shaul though. I got a son that hurt my feelings. And Shaul died, and evil Hannah, the son of Akbor, reigned in his stead. And evil Hannah, the son of Akbor, died, and Hadad reigned in his stead. And the name of the city was Hu. And his wife's name was Metha. Why are we getting the wives' names? I don't understand that.
Mehetabel. Yeah, there you go, Out.
Mehetabel, okay. God. The daughter of Methrid, the daughter of Merzahab. All right, verse 40. These are the names of the dukes that came of Esau, according to their families, after their places, by their names. Duke Timnah, Duke Alva, Duke Yethia, Thitha. That's probably butchered, but let's get to the end. Duke Aholibama, Duke Elah, Duke Pizon, Duke Kenaz, Duke Timan, Duke Mazar, Duke Mig'ael, Duke Aram, Duke. These are the dukes of Edom, according to their inhabitants of the land, their possession. He is Esau, the father of the Edomites. And his chapter is absolutely exhausting.
God, indeed.
It is. I tried to get out of names and all this. And it's, none of it is good to say. None of it feels good. None of it is even good to hear. It's just all like, You just need to look for these people with these names. Like, what's your daddy name? What's your daddy name? All right. Let's continue. Joseph's dream. This is the book of Bereshith, chapter 37, verse 1. And Yaakov dwelled in the land wherein his father was a stranger, in the land of Canaan. And these are the generations of Yaakov. Joseph, being 17 years old, was feeding the flock with his brethren. The lad was with his sons of Bilhah and the sons of Zilpah, his father's wives. And Joseph brought unto his father an evil report. Now Israel loved Joseph more than all of his children, because he was the son of his old age. And he made him a coat of many colors. And when his brothers saw that his father loved him the more than all of his brethren, they hated him and could not speak peaceably unto him. Joseph dreamed a dream, and he told and he told it to his brethren, and they hated him yet the more. Now, come on, we gotta learn from this. I hate your brother in your heart, because it will cause you to do evil. So do not hate your brother in your heart, because it will cause you to do evil. Verse 6. Indeed. Verse 6. And he said unto them, Hear, I pray you, this dream which I have dreamed. For behold, there were vine sheaves in the field, and lo, my sheaf arose and also stood upright. And behold, your sheep stood round about and made obulence to my sheep. His brother said unto him, Should you indeed reign over us? Or shall you indeed have dominion over us? And they hated him yet the more for his dreams and for his words. He dreamed yet another dream and told it his brethren and said, Behold, I have dreamed a dream more. And behold, the sun and the moon and the 11 stars made obelisk to me. Did I say right? Obstinance? Yeah. Verse 10. And he told it to his father and his brethren, and his father rebuked him and said unto him, What is this dream that you have dreamed? Shall I and your mother and your brethren indeed come and bow down ourselves to the earth? To you, to the earth? Like, what? We're going to all bow to you? Why? You got your mind, why? Like, you got to go sit down with that. Why? Verse 11. Mm-hmm. And his brothers and his brethren and envied him. That's not envy, is it? Yeah, that's envy. Envied him. But his father observed the saying, and his brothers went and fed their father's flock in Shechem. Shechem, that dude that they put down in his whole crew. Verse 13. And Israel said unto Joseph, Do not the brethren feed the flock in Shechem? Come, and I will send you to them. And he said unto him, Here am I. And he said unto him, Go, I pray you, and see whether it be well with your brethren. And well with the flock, and will bring me word again. And he sent him out unto the and he sent him out of the vial of Hebron, and he came to Shechem. And a certain of the men found him, and behold, he saw wandering. He was wandering in the field, and the man asked him, saying, What seeketh you? He said, I seek my brother. Tell me, I pray you, where they are feeding their flocks. And the man said, They are departed hence for I heard them say, Let us go to Dothan. And Joseph went after his brethren and found them in Dothan. The plot against Joseph. This is the book of Bereshith, chapter 37, verse 18. Verse 18. And then and when they saw him afar off, even before he was near unto them, they conspired against him to slay him. Now, it's ironic that they mentioned that they saw him afar off before he was even close to him. So how did they recognize that this was him? It's just another so-called black dude walking, and they's like, oh, that's him. That's Joseph. So they seeing him from way far out.
Mm-hmm.
How do you think they recognized it was him?
Could have been the coat too.
Definitely the coat. That was a dead giveaway. That coat was one that was given to that one that Dawid's daughter had. She had on a similar coat. There was one that deemed royalty, and he gave it to, this would be his youngest son before his before Benjamin was even born.
Mm-hmm.
So, verse 19. And they said one to another, behold, this dreamer come. Like, this dude be tripping, man. Verse 20. Come now, therefore, let us slay him and cast him into some pit, and we can say some evil beasts have devoured him, and we shall see what become of his dreams. And Reuben heard it, and he delivered him out of their hands, and said unto him, let us not kill him. And Reuben said unto them, shed no blood, but cast him into the pit that is in the wilderness, and lay no hand upon him, that he might rid him out of their hands and deliver him unto his father again. So Reuben trying to do the right thing, but he should have did the whole thing because he's the eldest. But instead, he telling them, let's just take him and throw him in the pit. And should be like, man, y'all crazy. This our brother. We're not doing that. We're not doing none of that.
Right. It's exactly. Like he had the opportunity to squash all of it.
Yeah, indeed. He should, and that's what he should have done. And in fact, he should have grabbed his next brother Simeon. He should have said, hey man, stand with me right here. Don't mess with our brother. We're not messing with our brother. You know what I'm saying? And let that be what it was. Continuing here. Verse 37. Verse 23. And it came to pass when Joseph came unto his brethren that they stripped Joseph out of his coat of many colors that was on him. Yeah, so it was definitely the coat. They recognized him. Verse 24. And they took him and cast him into a pit, and the pit was empty, and there was no water in it. And they sat down, and they sat down to eat bread and to fill up their eyes, and looked, and behold, a company of Israelites from Gilead with their camels, bearing spices and balms and myrrh, going to carry it to Mizraim. And Yehuda said unto his brethren, what profit it if we slay our brother and conceal his blood? Come, let us sell him to the Ishmaelites, and let not our hand be upon him, for he is our brother, our own flesh. And his brothers were content. Like, yeah, I agree with that. Let's do that. Let's get some money off of him. Get rid of him and get some money.
Khan, this is often the chapter that I will, because a lot of our people are under the belief that when our ancestors were being placed into captivity in West Africa, a lot of our people will say that, see, the Hamites knew that we was the Israelites, and they wanted to sell us. It wasn't no Israelites selling Israelites. Why would an Israelite sell an Israelite?
Right.
But this happened from the origins of us becoming a people.
Right.
The brothers sold their younger brother into captivity. Likewise, even today, we place bondage and chains upon our people so many different ways, like oftentimes in the forms of drugs. We still are placing our people in bondage with vehicles of destruction, like similar to that. But I digress.
No, that's an excellent point. That's a very excellent point, and spot on with that, indeed. And yeah, and even that, you got to think about the sellouts. You got to think about the coons who will side with somebody else or against their own people, and that's exactly essentially that's what they're doing. They together making a pact to take their brother, their father's own son, and do evil to him, which is unruly and senseless, all because his father, like, what does he got to do? Why are you gonna have a beef with Yaakov? You should take it up with Yaakov. He the one that liked the boy more than you. You know what I'm saying? That's on him. That's not on yourself. So continuing here, verse 28. Then there passed by Midianites, merchants men, and they drew and lifted up Joseph out of the pit and sold Joseph to the Ishmaelites for 20 pieces of silver. And they brought Joseph to Mizraim. So I like how they kind of interchange the Midianites and the Ishmaelites right here. Because, but it's ironic though. I didn't realize in that last chapter we read, it basically separated the Midianites. They're like, they killed Midian and the field of Moab. I know we read that, but I don't know how I missed that. I don't know if we read it, different times. But yeah, I completely missed that then. But that's ironic to see it now. Continuing here, verse 29. And Reuben returned to the pit, and behold, Joseph was not in the pit, and he rent his clothes. Reuben, you had a chance to bet the whole thing. You should have doggone did it. And don't get me wrong, it's not me speaking, trying to speak rough to him or something like that. I know he's not here and can, listening to me, but he should have did the right thing. I'm hoping that somebody hear this and have the opportunity to do the right thing and chooses to do the right thing, which means sometimes you gotta stiffen up your back and stand on what you're saying. Because he should have stood against all his brothers and said, "No, we're not doing that. We're not messing with our brother." And guess what? The Most High would have made another way for us to be saved in that famine. It would have been another way that would have happened. So, verse 30. And he returned unto his brother and said, "The child is not, and I'm wondering, whether should I go? Like, what we gonna tell Daddy? I'm responsible." Yeah, you are responsible. You should have took that responsibility and held it. Verse 31. And they took Joseph's coat and killed a kid of the goats and dipped the coat in the blood. And they sent the coat of many colors, and they brought it to their father and said, "We have found, know whether it be your son's coat or no." That's not funny, but the deception, like these boys that went off.
Indeed,
yeah, I mean they done went way compared to what we read thus far. These boys have went, this is where wickedness really crept into Israel. It started with these 12, with these 11. Really, with these. And what 10 was he? What 11 was he talking about? Hold up, I just realized that. Remember what he said at the beginning? And the 11 stars.
Well, the 11 stars. By the time they link back up with their brother, Ben-Amin is born.
Yeah, but he wasn't born. So he was showing a premonition that he was gonna have a brother.
Right. It was a future prophecy that they would come to him.
Oh, kind. Okay. Wow. So he said, "Oh, well, Daddy gonna make another boy." Okay. Kind. I didn't realize that. But continuing here, verse 33. That just came to me as well. And he knew it and said, "It is my son's coat, and evil beasts have devoured him. Joseph is without a doubt rent in pieces. Now, here's the crazy thing about this. Not crazy, but here's the different thing about this. You know, I think if I would have been in that position, and not to say I'm not trying to say I'm better than your code, I'm not trying to say anything like that. All I'm trying to say is, if I thought my child was missing, I'm going to search for him. And I got 10 sons that can search. We're going to search everywhere we can so we try to find him. Yeah, if we're going to find it, we found his coat, we need to find a foot, we need to find a hand, we need to find something. Because I need to know for sure about my son. I'm not going to just speculate if my son is gone. You know what I'm saying? So, verse 34. And Yaakov rent his clothes and put on sackcloth and put sackcloth upon his loins and mourned for his son many days. And he and all his sons and his daughters rose up to comfort him, but he refused to be comforted. And he said, "For I will go down into the grave until my son mourning. Thus the father wept for him. And the Midianites sold him into Mizraim, unto Potiphar, the officer of Pharaoh's, the captain of the guard." So he could have taken some time to really figure out what's going on. And with that, it's taking him all the way to Mizraim. I mean, if he'd got to asking questions, surely somebody saw all this to happen. Surely somebody saw something. Like, yeah, I saw these boys throw him in the pit. Imagine that. And he's trying to look at them like, what y'all have done? That would have been a whole different situation. But let's continue. Chapter number 38. Yehuda and Tamar. Verse 1. The book of Bereshith, chapter 38, verse 1. And it came to pass at that time that Yehuda went down from his brethren and turned to a certain Adulamite, whose name was Hara.
Khan.
All right, verse 2. And Yehuda saw the daughter of a certain Canaanite, whose name was Shua. Slacking. And he took her and went in unto her, and she conceived and bare him a son, and called his name And she conceived again and bare a son, and she called his name Onan. And she conceived again and bare a son, and called his name Shelah. And he was at Shezeb when she bare him. Verse 6. And Yehuda took a wife for his firstborn, whose name was Tamar. And Yehuda's firstborn was wicked in the sight of Yahuwah, and Yahuwah slew him. And Yehuda said unto Onan, "Give unto your brother's wife, and marry her, and raise up seed unto your brother." You know, it's ironic, but I'm just not realizing what he was doing here. That's crazy. Or maybe I didn't think about it.
You talking about Onan?
Yeah, when he raised up seed to his brother, told him to go raise up seed to his brother.
Yeah, no, he was pulling out.
Well, no. I'm talking about what Yehuda told him. Go into Onan, go into your brother's wife and marry her, and raise up seed to your brother.
Yeah, come.
Yeah, I'm just not realizing that he was literally, this is out of Torah. That we haven't
This is the law.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't realize that's what he was doing though. Like I realized it, but I I didn't realize that he was telling his son to do that. Like, what? I was like, where did he get that from? Like the Yaakov, surely Yaakov. How do you know this?
That's a good question. Because here's the thing. Like, I've heard that, that there was the Torah before the law was delivered to our ancestors on Mount Horeb or Mount Moriah, or that there was already the law was already established. I guess the problem that I have with that is, okay, if that's the case, Yaakov went off from Torah when he married two sisters.
Well, yeah, I get what you're saying. 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 Yeah, I get what you're saying. I got you. I got you. Yeah, that's what I do say that. It do say that. Not cover our sisters in our lifetime to make one jealous. Was that his? Was that his?
His intention to make them jealous? Like, nah. But I want to say that, and I'll have to revisit that in Torah, because I want to just say that you are just forbidden to marry a sister's sister.
Well, I think that's
and I'll have to read that. Oh, is that the only place?
Yeah, no, I'm saying, I'm thinking that's the only place we see that happen in Israel. Like, we don't see a brother taking two sisters outside of Yaakov.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't, that's not even a thing. And I've even heard, here's the crazy thing, and we're getting off a little bit, but I've even heard that the two maids,
the handmaids were their sisters as well. Yeah.
Yeah, that they were from a different wife, from a different woman. And so they were maids. So they were reduced because of their, the woman that they had them with. So maybe that they had her with servants, or maybe they had those two with servants. So they were serving their daughters, or his daughters. So it said he had his maids and he gave them to her. So he gave them to to be their maids. So I don't know. That's interesting enough. Curiously, but let's continue here. But yeah, I was pointing that out because all the times that I've read this and I've seen this, I didn't really understand that he was literally coming from Torah when he told his son this. Raise up seed to your brother. Like, what? Okay. Verse 9. And Onan knew that the seed would not be his. And look, he knew. How do you know that? Like, you mean to tell me I deal with this woman and she gonna have my baby, but it's not gonna be mine? Like, you don't. How would you know that outside of Torah? You got to, Okay, let's continue. And it came to pass, he went in unto his brother's wife, and that he spilled it on the ground, lest he would give seed to his brother. Wow. I mean, I didn't. I don't know if I didn't pay attention to this or if I was just not focused or whatever, but this is literally like obvious as to what he's talking about here. Verse 10. And this thing he did displease Yahuwah, wherefore he slew him also. So, you're not going to raise up seed to your brother? Now you did. Verse 11. And Yehuda said unto Tamar, his daughter-in-law, remain a widow in your father's house till Shelah, my son, be grown. And he said, least peradventure he die also, as his brother did. And Tamar went and dwelled in the house of her father, in her father's house. I wouldn't even be thinking about this woman for my third son. Two of my sons have died fooling with this woman. I'm not giving her a third son. This not even a Israelite woman. This is a foreigner. Like, no. I know that's what Torah say, but dang. Is that the right thing to do? That's a sticky situation right there. But let's continue. Verse 12. And in the process of time, the daughters of Shalat, Yehuda's wife, died, and Yehuda was comforted. And he went up to shear his sheep in Timnah. And his friend Harah, Harah, the Adulamite, I read that wrong. And he and his friend Harah, the Adulamite. And it was told Tamar, behold, saying, behold, your father-in-law goes up to Timnah to shear the sheep. And she put off her widow's garments from her and covered herself with a veil and wrapped herself and sat by the open space, which is by the way to Timnah. Timnah. And she saw that Shalath was grown and was not given to him to wife. So I don't know what this woman was thinking about doing this. Like, she literally took off her widow's garment and put on a veil so she hid her face, and then she wrapped herself. So whatever she had was amplified, because it says wrapped herself as if she was put on something form-fitting or tight. You know what I'm saying? It didn't say she put on a garment. It says she wrapped herself. So that's got to be form-fitting. Let me take a look at that right quick. She wrapped herself. 5864. Allah. Cover encrusted. To enwrap oneself. Oh, disguise. So that means she disguised herself. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. No, I didn't put that together. Because when it say wrapped herself, I'm thinking, oh, she put on a body dress, or something like that, something form fitting that would make us appear. I don't know. Let's continue. Verse 15. And Yehuda saw her and thought her to be a harlot, because she had covered her face. And see, my thinking before was that because she had this tight garment on, but obviously that wasn't the case. Verse 16. And he turned unto her by the way and said, go to, I pray you, let me come in unto you. For he knew not that it was his daughter-in-law. And she said, what will you give me that you may come in unto me? But not only was she that, she playing a harlot. So she's supposed to be with his father, but he come him, and why she don't just be like, but I don't understand what she was doing here. It's almost like this was a plan.
Come.
Yeah, I mean, what else could she have? What else would the plan have been? Like,
yeah, that was indeed the plan, to raise up seed.
Okay, so that's what she wanted to do, was just to get the seed.
Yeah, indeed.
But what it seemed like she was talking about the youngest son, because she realized he was grown and wasn't given to her. Like, I'm gonna go out here and see if I can catch him. You know, like, yeah, I'm looking good. I'm my form looking good. Don't you want to be with me? Oh, by the way, I'm the one you're supposed to be with anyway. Like, that would make sense. But how now you having a conversation with Yehuda? She know who he is. She know this is not the youngest son. She know this the father.
Yeah, I don't think he agreed to give her the youngest boy, did he?
Well, he said that. Go to your father's house and put on the widow's garment until my youngest son be grown.
Right. Yeah, she I don't think she wanted to wait. She was probably an older, a woman of age, and probably didn't want to wait that long.
Yeah. I don't know. Let's continue here. Verse 17. And he said, I will send you a kid from the flock. And she said, will you give me a pledge till you send it? And he said, what pledge shall I give you? And she said, your signet, your bracelets, your staff that is in your hand. And he gave it unto her and came in unto her, and she conceived by him. It's crazy. It's crazy for real. Like, I'm trying to put myself in this position. Like, what how is this even a thing? Like, how is this even a thing? So, okay, so here's the thing too, and I gotta say this too, because this, I don't know if I've said this on before. So for the brothers who say that sex is marriage, why would not Yehuda and Tamar marry?
Right. Good point, Art.
I need an explanation on that. Because even though they did the act and they had children by it, we got to have some explanation as to why this wouldn't be his wife. So, yeah. Verse 19. And she arose and went her way, and laid by her veil from her, and put on the garments of her widowhood. So she just went back to normal. After she done laid with, not only she done laid with two brothers, now she done laid with the father. And she just go back and she'll like, this is strange, to say the least. Where does this woman's mind? I don't understand. I'm really baffled. Like, I don't understand what her mind frame is. Like, I done laid with one man and he got killed. I laid with another man and he got killed. Now I lay with the father. So is her plan that he'll get killed too, because whoever lay with me get killed. Like, this is something else. Verse 20. And Yehuda sent a kid by the hand of his friend, the Adulamite, and received the pledge from the woman's hand. But he found her not. And he said, and he asked the men in the place, where is the harlot that lay by that openly lay by the way? And they said, there is no harlot in this place. And he returned to Yehuda and said he could not find her. And also the men of this place said that there is no harlot in this place. And Yehuda, technical little issues here. All right. And Yehuda said, let her take it to her, lest we be shamed. Behold, I sent this kid, and he have not found her. Like, man, it's gonna be a shame if she try to say I didn't send the kid when I sent it. It's a shame that she done laid with your son's daughter, or your son's wife, I mean. I lost my way. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Verse 24. And it came to pass about 3 months after that it was told Yehuda, saying, Tamar, your daughter-in-law, had played the harlot. That should have struck a chord with him right there. She was the harlot. And also, right.
You should have remembered.
Right. When somebody came and told you, your daughter done played the harlot.
Unless he had been with a few different harlots.
Oh, yeah, he could have been doing that. He could have been, yeah, you're right, Doc. Ooh, that would have been, yeah. Tamar, your daughter-in-law, has played the harlot, and also, behold, she is with child by whoredom. And Yehuda said, bring her forth and let her be burnt, like right on fire. But it's ironic because she's not married to anybody. Her husband is dead. Both of them. So I mean, according to Torah, she's free.
Mm-hmm.
That means she can just go out and do what she wants. I mean, no. But can she just, you can't be like, I don't know. That's an interesting thing. I want to get, I don't know. I don't even know if elders would have an answer for that because we so far removed from this.
Yeah, kind.
Like, I don't even know if you'd have to get some revelation for this to really understand how this is supposed to go. Verse 25. When she was brought forth, he sent to her father-in-law, saying, by the man whose these are, am I with child? And she said, discern, I pray you, whose are these? The signet, the bracelet, and staff. And Yehuda acknowledged them and said, she had been more righteous than I, because that I gave her not to Shelah, my son, and he knew her not again. And he knew her again no more. So not only did he not marry her, he didn't touch her again.
Right, kind.
So I need an explanation on that one. Verse 27. And it came to pass in the times of her travail that, behold, the twins were in her womb. And it came to pass when she travailed that the one put out his hand, and the midwife took and bounded up his hand with a scarlet thread, saying, this came out first.
Uh-huh.
It's strange that it was a scarlet thread. That's why would it have to be scarlet? Like, that's a reenactment of Jacob and Esau.
Yeah, kind.
Verse 29. And it came to pass, as he drew back his hand, that behold, his brother came out, and she said, how have you broken forth? This breach be upon you. Therefore, his name was called Perez.
Mm-hmm.
And afterward came out his brother that had the scarlet thread upon his hand, and his name was called Zerah. Zerah. All right. I'm going to finish up with 39. I'm going to pass it off to you, Wax, so we can get finished.
Kind of.
I'm just about done here. We're going to do this as smooth as possible. This is the book of Bereshith, chapter 39. We're actually making pretty good time at 108 right now. I've been talking a lot, but I'm going to slow down on that. Book of Bereshith, chapter 39, and verse 1. Joseph's success in Mizraim. Verse 1. Joseph was brought down to Mizraim, and Potiphar, the officer of Pharaoh, captain of the guard at Mizraim, brought him of the hand of the Ishmaelites, which had brought him down there. And Yahuwah was with Joseph, and he prospered, and he was a prosperous man, and he was in the house of his master, the Mizraim. His master saw that Yahuwah was with him, and that Yahuwah made all that he did to prosper in his hand. And Joseph found grace in his sight, and he served him and made him overseer of the house, and all that he had he put in his hand. And it came to pass from the time that he had made him overseer of his house, and over all that he had, Yahuwah blessed the Mizraim's house for Joseph's sake, and he blessed, and the blessing of Yahuwah was upon all that he had in his house and in the field. And he left all that he had in Joseph's hand, for he knew not that he had slacking. For he knew not that he had saved the bread which he had eaten. And Joseph was a goodly person and well favored. And it came to pass after these things that his master's wife cast her eyes upon Joseph, And she said, "Lie with me." But he refused and said unto his master's wife, "Behold, my master would not what is with me in this house, and have committed all that he have unto my hand. There is none greater in this house than I, neither have he kept back anything from me but you, because you are his wife. How then can I do this great wickedness and sin against the Most High?" And it came to pass, as she spake unto Joseph day by day, that he hearkened not unto her, to lie by her, or to be with her. So she working on him like daily, trying to get him to do it. And you know what I'm saying? He should have told her, he should have told his boss, like, hey, you know, he should have told his yeah, I rather that word than master.
Right, Con.
Yeah. Verse 11. And it came to pass about this time, Joseph went to the house to do his business, and there was none of the men of the house within. She caught him by the garment, saying, "Lie with me." And he left his garment in her hand and fled out and fled to go out and got him out. So understand this, that this brother, this is a great example here. This brother here, this patriarch, I shouldn't say brother, but this patriarch of ours, not only did he refuse to deal with this woman who was beyond throwing herself at him, that when she had a hold of him, he left his garment in her hand and ran out the house so that she couldn't put him in a position to go against his power. I mean, that's some next level following the commandments.
Yeah.
I ain't never dealt with a married woman, but I also ain't never had a woman grab me by the garment talking about lie with me. You know what I'm saying? And that, like, that's some next level. I'm not, no. So, verse 13. And it came to pass when she saw that he had left his garment in her hand, that she and was fled forth, that she called unto the men of the house and spake unto them, saying, "See, he have brought an Hebrew in to mock us. He came in to lie with me, and I cried with a loud voice that nobody heard. And it came to pass that when he heard me lift up my voice and cry, that he left his garment with me and fled and got him out." Because otherwise, you have to give some kind of explanation for this garment.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, why you got this garment? Verse 16. And she laid up his garment by her till the master of the house came home. And she spake to him according to these words, saying, "The Hebrew servant which you have brought in unto us came in to mock me. And it came to pass, as I lifted up my voice to cry, and nobody heard me, that he left the garment with me and fled out." Now, ain't that strange though? She called them, but yet nobody heard her cry and lift up her voice as she said she did.
Right.
But no, nobody puts that together. Like, I didn't hear. Did you hear? Where was I? Was you over there? Yeah. Okay, continue, man. Joseph's imprisonment. Verse 19. And it came to pass, when his master heard the words of his wife, while she spake unto him, saying, "After this manner did your servant to me," and his wrath was kindled. Joseph's master took and put him in prison, in a place where the king's prisoners were bound, and he was there in the prison. Yahuwah was with Joseph and showed mercy to him and gave him favor in the sight of the keeper of the prison. And the keeper of the prison committed to Joseph's hand the prisoners that were in the prison, and whatsoever they did there, and they were doers of it. He was the doer of it. Whatever they did, he was the doer of it. You the man in charge. I'm just following your charge here. Verse 23. And the keeper of the prison looked not to anything that was under his hand, because Yahuwah was with him, and that which he did, Yahuwah made it to prosper. So everything that Joseph did was good in the sight of this, according to what Yahuwah was increasing it with. So, all right, I got these last few here.
Indeed,
Whatever.
This is the book of Bereshith, Genesis chapter 40. Yosef interprets a dream, verse 1. And it came to pass after these things that the butler of the king of Mizraim and his baker had offended their master, the king of Mizraim. And Pharaoh was wroth against two of his officers, against the chief of the butlers and against the chief of the bakers. And he put them in ward in the house of the captain of the guard, into the prison, the place where Yosef was bound. So this is this is also divine intervention.
Right.
The beginning of how the Most High rescues one of his.
Right. Indeed.
Verse 4. And the captain of the guard charged Yosef with them, and he served them, and they continued a season in ward. And they dreamed a dream, both of them, each man his dream in one night, each man according to the interpretation of his dream, the butler and the baker of the king of Mizraim, which were bound in the prison. And Yosef came in unto them in the morning, and looked upon them, and behold, they were sad. And he asked Pharaoh's officers that were with him in the ward of his Adonai's house, saying, Wherefore look ye so sadly today? And they said unto him, We have dreamed a dream, and there is no interpreter of it. And Yosef said unto them, Do not the interpretations belong to the Most High? Tell me them, I pray you. So Yosef, this is not his first encounter with dreams. Yeah, this is something that he's grown up doing. Knowing that there's something about the dreams of people. So he's got an eager ear to hear what's going on. All right. Verse 9. And the chief butler told his dream to Yosef, and said to him, In my dream, behold, a vine was before me, and in the vine were 3 branches, and it was though it budded, and her blossoms shot forth, and the clusters thereof brought forth ripe grapes. And Pharaoh's cup was in my hand, and I took the grapes and pressed them into Pharaoh's cup, and gave the cup into Pharaoh's hand. And Pharaoh said unto him, This is the interpretation of it. Salakia. Verse 12. And Yosef said unto him, This is the interpretation of it. The 3 branches are 3 days. Yet within 3 days shall Pharaoh lift up thine head, and restore you unto your place. And you shall deliver Pharaoh's cup into his hand, and the former manner when you was his butler. But think on me when it shall be well with you, and show kindness, I pray you, unto me, and make mention of me unto Pharaoh, and bring me out of this house. For indeed I was stolen away out of the land of the Hebrew, and here also have I done nothing that they should put me into the dungeon. So, he understands that he's rightfully in bondage right now. And he's understanding that, these men that I'm around might be able to put in a good word for me, right?
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. That's intelligent, Verse 16. When the chief baker saw the interpretation was good, he said unto Yosef, I also was in my dream, and behold, I had 3 white baskets on my head, and in the uppermost basket there was all manner of bakements for Pharaoh, and the birds did eat them out of the basket upon my head. And Joseph answered and said, this is the interpretation thereof. The 3 baskets are 3 days, yet within 3 days shall Pharaoh lift up your head from off you, and shall hang you on a tree, and the birds shall eat your flesh from off you.
Mm.
And it came to pass, if I was I probably wouldn't want to ask yourself nothing else. Or, oh man.
Right.
I probably would just have him keep it to himself, man.
Right. I don't want to know 3 days I'm dead. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Verse 20. And it came to pass the 3rd day, which was Pharaoh's birthday, that he made a feast unto all his servants, and he lifted up the head of the chief butler and of the chief baker among his servants. And he restored the chief butler unto his butlership again, and he gave the cup into Pharaoh's hand. But he hanged the chief baker, as Joseph had interpreted to them. Yet did not the chief butler remember Joseph, but forgot him.
Wow.
That's usually the way it works,
Well, how you forget the cat to tell you everything gonna be all right?
Yeah, I mean, it's really something that you're right. That's something that you should remember, like right then when it happens. But it's usually something that you remember. He's probably laying up with his old lady, with his wife. It's like, yeah, I knew it was gonna work out for me. Something that he relays like later and remembers.
Right. Exactly.
Yep.
It's funny though. You tend to remember the hard times more than you remember the good times.
Indeed.
Yeah.
All right. Continuing. It's the book of Bereshith, Genesis chapter 41. Pharaoh's dream. Verse 1. And it came to pass at the end of 2 full years that Pharaoh dreamed, and behold, he stood by the river. And behold, there came up out of the river 7 well-favored kine and fat-fleshed Slakia. And there came up out of the river 7 well-favored kine and fat-fleshed, and they fed in the meadow. And behold, 7 other kine came up after them of the river, ill-favored and lean-fleshed, and stood by the other kine upon the brink of the river. And the ill-favored and lean-fleshed kine did eat up the 7 well-favored and fat kine. So Pharaoh awoke. So this was a nightmare, when he sees these skinny cows eating up these well-favored cows, right? It's probably sweating, not.
Yeah. What the world's going on here?
Right. Verse 5. And he slept and dreamed the second time, and behold, 7 ears of corn came up upon one stalk, rank and good. And behold, 7 thin ears and blasted with the east wind sprang up after them. And the 7 thin ears devoured the 7 rank and full ears. And Pharaoh awoke, and behold, it was a dream. And it came to pass in the morning that his spirit was troubled, and he sent and called for all the magicians of Mizraim. The magicians of Mizraim, and all the wise men thereof. And Pharaoh told them his dream, but there was none that could interpret them unto Pharaoh. Then spake the chief butler unto Pharaoh, saying, I do remember my faults this day. So he's like, man, my bad. I meant to tell you this before. Right. Verse 10. Pharaoh was wroth with his servants and put me in ward in the captain of the guard's house, both me and the chief baker. And we dreamed a dream in one night, I and he. We dreamed each man according to the interpretation of his dream. And there was there with us a young man, a Hebrew, servant to the captain of the guard. And we told him, and he interpreted to us our dreams. To each man according to his dream he did interpret. And it came to pass, as he interpreted to us, so it was. Me he restored into mine office, and him he hanged. Joseph interprets. Verse 14. Then Pharaoh sent and called Joseph, and they brought him hastily into the dungeon. Slakia. They brought him hastily out of the dungeon, and he shaved himself and changed his raiment and came in unto Pharaoh. So he wanted to clean up a little bit, you know? Yep. Verse 15. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, I have dreamed a dream, and there is none that can interpret it. And I have heard say of you that you can understand a dream to interpret it. And Joseph answered Pharaoh, saying, it is not in me. The Most High shall give Pharaoh an answer of shalom. So, man, that's how I want to be. Like somebody says something good about me.
Right.
I want to boast. I want to boast in the Most High. That's how we should be. Like man, you did a real good job reading. All praises to the Most High, you know, for allowing me to be able to do this. Or anything. It could be anything. You know, it all revolves back to the Most High, right?
No doubt.
Verse 17. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, in my dream, behold, I stood upon the bank of the river, and behold, there came up out of the river 7 kine, fat fleshed and well favored, and they fed in a meadow. And behold, 7 other kine came up after them, poor and very ill favored and lean fleshed, such as I never saw in all the land of Mizraim for badness. And the lean and the ill favored kind did eat up the first 7 fat kine. And when they had eaten them up, it could not be known that they had eaten them, but they were still ill favored as at the beginning. So I awoke. So this was even worse than what we first believed. So, you know, not only is he horrified by these ill-favored, lean kind eating up these fat kind, like it doesn't look like they were benefited or nourished by what they ate. They still looked ill-favored after they ate substance, right? So this is something that is not normal, right?
Yeah, I mean that's literally what Joseph interprets, how he interprets it, because you think about a famine when you have 7 years of plenty, then you have 7 years of nothing. Then that 7 years of plenty is you forget all about that. You gonna remember all that hard time you went through when you had nothing.
All right, verse 21. And when they had eaten them up, Salakia, verse 22. And I saw in my dream, and behold, 7 ears came up in one stalk, full and good. And behold, 7 ears withered, thin, and blasted with the east wind, sprang up after them. And the thin ears devoured the 7 good ears. And I told this unto the magicians, but there was none that could declare it to me. And Joseph said unto Pharaoh, the dream of Pharaoh is one. The Most High has showed Pharaoh what he is about to do. The 7 good kine are 7 years, and the 7 good ears are 7 years. The dream is one. And the 7 thin, ill-favored kind that came up after them are 7 years. And the 7 empty ears blasted with the east wind shall be 7 years of famine. This is the thing which I have spoken unto Pharaoh. What the Most High is about to do, he showeth unto Pharaoh. Behold, there come 7 years of great plenty throughout all the land of Mizraim, and there shall arise after them 7 years of famine, and all the plenty shall be forgotten in the land of Mizraim, and the famine shall consume the land. And the plenty shall not be known in the land by reason of that famine following, for it shall be very grievous. And for that the dream was doubled unto Pharaoh twice. It is because this thing established by the Most High, and the Most High will shortly bring it to pass. So, you know, should we pay attention to dreams? I would say most definitely. You know, it's how the Most High oftentimes deals with us. right?
Well,
I'm sure if you, I'm sorry, go ahead.
My bad. I was trying to say, you notice also it said that Pharaoh was uneasy after he awoke from it. You know what I'm saying? Like he was troubled because he couldn't even sit, you know, like, man, this was weighing on him. You know, so this was a big deal. And if you notice, when he gave Joseph the dream, it had all the details. So this was something in the very front of his mind. So this wasn't just an ordinary, you know, oh, I had a dream and it was ironic or it was strange or whatever. No, this was something that, you know what I'm saying, that was burned in his memory.
Yeah, indeed. Verse 33. Now, therefore, let Pharaoh look out a man discreet and wise, and set him over the land of Mizraim. Let Pharaoh do this, and let him appoint officers over the land, and take up the 5th part of the land of Mizraim in the 7 plenteous years, and let them gather all the food of those good years that come, and lay up corn under the hand of Pharaoh, and let them keep food in the cities, and that food shall be for store to the land against the 7 years of famine, which shall be in the land of Mizraim, that the land perish not through the famine. And the thing was good in the eyes of Pharaoh and in the eyes of all his servants. You know, so this man who was
in a dungeon.
Man, in a dungeon, a criminal, being treated like a criminal,
Right.
you know, comes out and is having conversation, is entertaining royalty, you know.
Right.
And in fact, he's royal, you know, he's from a people that have been separated from other people, you know, pulled apart, set apart, you know.
Right.
But it's just it blows my mind how the Most High can work, you know.
Amazing. It's amazing.
All right. Yosef is made a ruler of Mizraim, verse 38. And Pharaoh said unto his servants, can we find such a one as this is, a man in whom the Ruach of the Most High is? You know, so first off, I hear him say that, and I'm wondering what you know about the Most High. But
well, he told him, you know, it's the Most High, so I'm giving you the interpretation.
Yeah, kind of. All right, verse 39. And Pharaoh said unto Yosef, for as much as the Most High showed you all this, there is none so discreet and wise as you are. You shall be over my house, and according unto your word shall all my people be ruled. Only in the throne will I be greater than you. You know, so he's second in charge. The only way that the Most High, only by the throne, is the only thing that he has that Yosef doesn't have, you know?
Right, exactly.
Verse 41, and Pharaoh said unto Yosef, see, I have set you over all the land of Mizraim. And Pharaoh took off his ring from his hand and put it upon Yosef's hand, and arrayed him in vestures of fine linen, and put a gold chain about his neck. You know, I'm trying to imagine how I would be feeling to be coming up out of the dungeon and being promoted and rained upon, you know, with all this luxury, you know.
Yeah, and I imagine that gold chain was probably like what Run DMC wore, that big rope. You know what I'm saying?
Big rope. Yeah. All right, verse 43. And he made him to ride in the second chariot which he had, and they cried before him, bow the knee, and he made him ruler over all the land of Mizraim. And Pharaoh said unto Yosef, I am Pharaoh, and without you shall no man lift up his hand or foot in all the land of Mizraim. And Pharaoh called Yosef's name something that's probably wicked.
Yeah.
And he gave him to wife somebody that's probably wicked as well, the daughter of the wicked priest of this wicked person as well.
Right.
And Yosef went out over all the land of Mizraim. And Yosef was 30 years old when he stood before Pharaoh, king of Mizraim. And Yosef went out from the presence of Pharaoh and went throughout all the land of Mizraim. And in the 7 plenteous years, the Eretz brought forth by handfuls, and he gathered up all the food of the 7 years, which were in the land of Mizraim, and laid up the food in the cities, the food of the field, which was round about every city, laid he up in the same. And Yosef gathered corn as the sand of the sea, very much, until he left numbering, for it was without number. So, they had abundance, couldn't even keep count of what they had.
Not at all.
All right, continuing. The sons of Yosef, verse 50. And unto Yosef were born 2 sons before the years of famine came, which this lady, the daughter of this priest, of this person, bare unto him.
Right.
And Yosef called the name of the firstborn Manasseh, for the Most High, said he, hath made me forget all my toil and all my father's house. And the name of the second called he Ephraim, for the Most High hath caused me to be fruitful in the land of my affliction.
Mm.
So Yosef, I would say, has passed the test. Full pass. Pass with honor. What did he do first? First, he would not succumb and to lay down with this man's wife. Right. Remembering to be pleasing in the sight of the Most High.
Mm-hmm.
Next, he has children, and he has, he's around all these pagans. He could have fed into their names and their culture.
Yeah.
But he names his sons Hebrew names.
Right.
Even
got the Pharaoh trying to rename him.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Whereas when we came over here, our ancestors came over here into North America, their names were stripped.
Yeah.
The names that they named their children, sometimes they would name them biblical names, but a lot of that was lost, which was prophecy. Says that you will, this will be stripped of your identity. That's part of the curse,
Okay.
Let's see. Let's continue. Verse 53.
Yeah.
And the 7 years, is that where I'm at?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay. And the 7 years of plenteous that was in the land of Mizraim were ended, and the 7 years of dearth began to come, according as Yosef had said. And the dearth was in all the lands, but in all the land of Mizraim there was bread. And when all the land of Mizraim was famished, the people cried to Pharaoh for bread. And Pharaoh said unto all the Mizraimites, Go unto Joseph, what he say to you, do. And the famine was over all the face of the Eretz. And Yosef opened all the storehouses and sold unto the Mizraimites. And the famine waxed sore in the land of Mizraim. And all the countries came into Mizraim to Yosef to buy corn, because that the famine was so sore in all the lands.
So I wonder, was that all they had was corn?
Well, I'm thinking bread, wheat, you know what I mean? Like everything, yeah. This would have been a global power. So they would have had I'm thinking cucumbers. I'm thinking all this different type of stuff.
But to keep that stuff for 7 years,
Well, you're right. You're right. I'm not sure how they did it, but
I think corn would be keepable, because corn, kind of is that hard, and then once you can soak it, and but yeah, most of those things they don't preserve well. Wheat, I think wheat preserves pretty well, because you got flour that can last. Flour lasts forever.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Once you break it down to a certain place to where it's flour. So I don't know. It's interesting. And it's only food. It was it wasn't a shortage of water or a drought. It was just a food. So they had the water.
Con. All right. Closing out. This is the book of Bereshith, Genesis chapter 42. Joseph's brothers sent to Mizraim, verse 1. Now when Yaakov saw that there was corn in Mizraim, Yaakov said unto his sons, why do you look upon Slakia? Why do ye look one upon another? And he said, behold, I have heard that there is corn in Mizraim. Get you down thither and buy for us from thence, that we may live and not die. And Joseph's 10 brethren went down to buy corn in Mizraim. But Ben-Ammi, Joseph's brother, Yaakov sent not with his brethren, for he said, lest peradventure mischief befall him. So I'm trying to remember at what point Ben-Ammi was born.
Yeah, I was thinking, did we read that? Because we read Raquel had hard labor and she dies. You'll have this baby. And she called him Benny or something. And Joseph called him Benjamin. I remember you read that part. So that had to have been the last time we read.
So that was last week. Bereshith 35, verse 18. It's when she passed away as well.
Yeah, I remember you reading that.
Yep. Okay, so continuing. Verse 5. And the sons of Yasharal came to buy corn among those that came, for the famine was in the land of Canaan. And Joseph was the governor over the land. And he it was that sold to all the people of the land. And Joseph's brethren came and bowed down themselves before him with their faces to the earth. So this is the prophecy, right?
Dream one fulfilled.
Yep. But it's almost like you said, though. So it was a dream of 11 stars, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but you know what? Yeah, so like that's gonna happen. It just hadn't happened yet.
Yeah.
So it will be the 11, but it just hadn't happened yet. All right. Verse 7. And Joseph saw his brethren, and he knew them, but made himself strange unto them, and spake roughly unto them. And he said unto them, whence come ye? And they said, from the land of Canaan to buy food. So I'm wondering how he made himself strange to them.
You think he's dressed in a different garb, an Egyptian garb, and he's probably, I would venture to say he's probably tan. I don't know. He's probably, super tan. Well, he should have been tan anyway, but he's staying in the house a lot.
Yeah, I think that so oftentimes in art of the Mizrahites, you'll see that they do a lot of face painting. They paint their eyes and their eyelashes and different things like that. So I'm wondering if it's something like that he did. Probably put a wig on as well, that we know that they did that as also,
Yeah. I'm thinking he definitely looked very different than what they would, because for him to stand there and talk, and he's speaking Egyptian, he's not speaking Hebrew, he's speaking to them in Egyptian, and he's using an interpreter. Plus, they're not expecting to see him, so they're not looking for him. You know what I'm saying? So they go to see this guy, and he's the governor. Then this is what it is. It's like, didn't we sell our brother to Mizraim? Did he end up in Mizraim? No, that conversation ain't being had. That's something you do. You don't discuss it anymore.
Yeah. All right, verse 8. And Joseph knew his brethren, but they knew him not.
Right.
And Joseph remembered the dreams which he dreamed of them. And he said unto them, ye are spies, to see the nakedness of the land ye are come. And they said unto him, nay, my Adonai, but to buy food are your servants come. We are all one man's sons. We are true men. Your servants are no spies. And he said unto them, Nay, but to see the nakedness of the land ye are come. And they said, Your servants are 12 brethren, the sons of one man in the land of Canaan. And behold, the youngest is this day with our father, and one is not. And Joseph said unto them, That is it that I spake unto you, saying, Ye are spies. Hereby ye shall be proved. By the life of Pharaoh ye shall not go forth hence, except your youngest brother come hither. Send one of you, and let him fetch your brother, and ye shall be kept in prison, that your words may be proved, whether there be any truth in you, or else by the life of Pharaoh surely ye are spies. And he put them all together into ward 3 days. And Joseph said unto them the third day, This do and live, for I fear the Most High. If ye be true men, let one of your brethren be bound in the house of your prison. Go you, carry the corn, or carry corn for the famine of your house, or your houses, but bring your youngest brother unto me. So shall your words be verified, and ye shall not die. And they did so. And they said one to another, We are very guilty concerning our brother, in that we saw the anguish of his soul when he besought us, and we would not hear. Therefore is this distress come upon us.
Right.
You know, so this is them repenting, you know what I mean? Like thinking about their actions and knowing that their actions were wrong. This is the first time we really read about that, you know?
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, they kind of reaping it, you know, and not only that, they're gonna go through it as well with the idea that their father, you know, their father would mourn. And I don't know if he really stopped mourning. I think he just kind of had to deal with Benjamin, which they were probably happy to see Benjamin come along, because now they give him a reason to live and not, you know, Joseph gone. And I understand this is all the same father, but this is the, you know, child that he has at this time, at this age, and y'all are grown men. You know, Joseph was 30 years old when he took rulership. So, you know, he's the youngest up besides Benjamin. So the rest of them are even older than that. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
Indeed. Verse 22. And Reuben answered them, saying, Spake I not unto you, saying, Do not sin against the child, and ye would not hear? Therefore, behold, also his blood is required. And they knew not that Joseph understood them, for he spake unto them by an interpreter. And he turned himself about from them and wept, and returned to them again and communed with them, and took from them Simeon and bound him before their eyes. You know, that was, I bet that was very difficult, man, you know, for him to remember, remembering like how I mean, you're a child for the most part. And some people that you probably look up to, you know, that they don't really care for you because, you know, you've got the favor of your father, but, you know, these are probably still people that you were fond of and that you loved, you know what I mean? And they betrayed you like this. And everything that had happened to him, you know, he probably just relived like all of that in those moments, and it was overwhelming, you know?
Oh, definitely. You know, I just imagine, you know, that situation and him being there and carrying on, because, you know, in his heart, he want to go, my brothers, you know, and, you know, just embrace them, you know, and everybody knows Joseph is a Mizraite. Not a Mizraite, is a Hebrew, you know. That was no secret in Mizraim, you know, even though he was in charge because he was that, and that the Most High was favored. He was favored by the Most High. So, you know, that was not a secret.
Yeah, and you know, that's a good point as well. Like, You know, it wasn't like it was something that was concealed from the Mizrahites
Right.
about him being Hebrew.
Yeah.
It also makes me wonder about how many Hebrew were around this time. Uh, you know, like we know that they're Hebrew Israelites, Hebrew Edomites,
Right.
Hebrew Moabites, Hebrew Ammonites, Hebrew Mennonites.
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
uh,
That's a lot of
you
them.
know, I bet all of these people probably look similar. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. Yeah. Indeed. And it's ironic because you mentioned that because I had asked some of the brothers, you know, if most of the people that you name we associate with being Arab, but yet we the same people. I mean, we
right?
come from Abraham, but yet we not Arabs. We wouldn't look like them, or they wouldn't look like us. You know what I'm saying? Like that's ironic. Now I
Well, I'm
know.
gonna say, you make a very good point.
Yeah.
Now you and I are friends with the professor that studies this subject and studies the Afro-Asiatic people,
Uh-huh.
Dr. Dana Ritchie.
Okay.
So often on her page, I don't know if you check it out from time to time, but she will post pictures of the true Arabs,
Mm.
the Arabs that are not really mixed with Turks. So
Yeah.
like the Arabs that are in control now and the Arabs that are popularized and often seen
Yeah.
are really the mixed with
Yeah.
Turkish blood, right? But she shows pictures of what the people who lived in the land, the Arabs before them, and they look like melanated people. You know, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna go so far to say they look like Negroes, but
Oh,
they look like oftentimes like Ethiopians or you know other people of color, man.
yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's interesting because that makes a lot of sense. And I've been saying that. I'm like, you know, wouldn't we be like the similar? I mean, we all come from Abraham.
It
You know,
kind
even Isaac. You take Isaac, his son Esau. If we believe that he's of the Arabs, you know, I don't believe he. Now, the strange thing would be if he was somehow the white man. Now, I don't see that. But if that were possibly the case, which I don't foresee how that could even genetically possibly be a possibility, uh, you know, that would be the only exception because he don't look like anybody else on the earth. I don't know where that joker came. Well, I know where he came from, but I understand why he looks so different. But when it comes to these other people, you know, you would think that you get us side by side and get us and look at us, you probably be like, man, I can see some similarities here. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, this goes back to Abraham. I can see that. And yeah, I can see some Isaac. I can see Isaac in there. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. We I guess it's in time we'll get to see all of this up close and in person.
yeah, kind.
Yeah.
All right, continue in verse 25. Then yourself commanded to fill their sacks with corn and to restore every man's money into his sack and to give them provisions for the way. And thus did he unto them. Uh, you know, I'm blown away. Like when every time I read the story on how he dealt with his brothers who had betrayed him,
Yeah.
and who had really made his life very difficult.
Right.
And I know that this is the way that I'm supposed to be with my brothers.
Yeah.
Have I always been like this? Like with my brothers? Like nah. Like I've oftentimes in my past I repaid evil with evil,
Right.
right? But this brother's character, man, is something else. It is
Yeah.
truly something else.
It is.
I will give you this example though, of a time that I did, but it was different. It was different circumstances. But so growing up, it was me, my sister, and Akizia. who was a childhood friend. You know, we all grew up together and used to catch the bus together in the morning.
Yeah.
So my father would, you know, he'd leave the house probably about 20 minutes before our bus would come.
Mm-hmm.
And it was one cold morning. My sister and the Kizia had hid my coat, and I couldn't find my coat. And my daddy realized that I couldn't find my coat, and I was always losing something. So we knew what time it was when we heard the belt tingling, ringing. And so we automatically just took off running, and they were both in front of me, Kizzy and my sister, running off down the stairs. I didn't see my dad do it, but I know I felt my dad like in my mind, he did it like Indiana Jones. He ripped out the belt, or he whipped out the belt, and it went across my neck, and he pulled me back by. That's what it was like in my mind. What happened? I don't necessarily know that that's how it went down, but in my mind, that's how it happened. And he pulled me back, and he beat on me. He beat on me for not having my coat. So after the beating, I'm like, man, and he's like, you better find your coat.
Right.
So after this, my sister and Kizzy, they come and they're looking out. They got these sad looks on their faces, and they like, here goes your coat. Like we were just playing. We didn't know you was gonna get a whooping.
Right.
So I never even thought about yelling at them, hollering at them, or telling me y'all got me a whooping.
Right.
I was just so happy that they had my coat that I wasn't gonna get another whooping. That all I could say is I could continue to cry and tell them thank you for giving me my coat. It's like thank you. Like thank you. He was gonna beat on me.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty close.
Yeah. Right. All right, continue. All right, verse 26. And they ladded up their donkeys with the corn and departed thence. And as one of them opened his sack to give his donkey provender in the end, he espied his money. For behold, it was his sack. It was in his sack's mouth. And he said unto his brethren, my money is restored, and lo, it is even in my sack. And their heart failed them, and they were afraid, saying one to another, what is this that the Most High have done unto us? It's like, God. That's when you know you need to start living like that.
I'll tell you. Like, the Most High finna set us up to get killed. He gonna kill us. You know what I'm saying? Like, they already got Simeon. He already got Simeon. Like, yo, this. I just imagine the mind frame that this will put you in. Honestly, you open up that bag and you see your money in there. You're like, I got my money. My money.
Like, what is going on?
What? Did we give it to? What? You know what I'm saying? Like, you just had a loss. Like, what? What is going on? He already got our brother. Yo, we in trouble. This is bad. This is so bad. You know what I'm saying? Continue. Like, this is good stuff. Right? Better than daytime TV.
All right. Indeed, Aki. Yeah. All right. Closing out. Simeon is held hostage. Verse 29. And they came unto Jacob, their father, unto the land of Canaan, and told him all that befell unto them, saying, the man who is the Adonai of the land spake roughly to us, and took us for spies for the country. And we said unto him, we are true men, we are no spies. We be 12 brethren, sons of our father. One is not, and the youngest is this day with our father in the land of Canaan. And the man, the Adonai of the country, said unto us, hereby shall I know that ye are true men. Leave one of your brethren here with me, and take food for the famine of your households, and be gone. And bring your youngest brother unto me. Then shall I know that ye are no spies, but that ye are true men. So will I deliver you your brother, and ye shall traffic in the land. And it came to pass, as they emptied their sacks, that behold, every man's bundle of money was in his sack. And when both they and their father saw the bundles of money, they were afraid.
Wow.
And Jacob, their father, said unto them, Me have ye bereaved of my children. Joseph is not, and Simeon is not, and ye will take Ben-Amin away? All these things are against me. And Reuben spake unto his father, saying, Slay my two sons, if I bring him not to you. Deliver him into my hand, and I will bring him to you again. You know, that's just kind of drastic, man. Why you start off with that?
Slay
Like,
my two sons.
Slay my sons, man. Like, you know, why not offer yourself? Offer yourself before you offer your children, man.
This is his neck, you know what I'm saying? This is his best, I guess his best most valued possession. But that's Joseph's that's Joseph's that's
His grandson.
Yeah, I mean that's his legacy, man. That's you can't offer him his grandsons. I mean, come on, man.
Right. All right. Verse 38. And he said, My son shall not go down with you, for his brother is dead, and he is left alone. If mischief befall him by the way in the which ye go, then shall ye bring down my gray hairs with sorrow to the grave.
That's fun. Now that's ironic. When you read that, he said, My son will not go down with you, for his brother is dead and he is left alone. It's 12 of them. And now he is left alone. That's ironic. That's ironic, right?
But you know that reminds me of the saying of Mashiach. Which one of you? He's talking to the Pharisees. Like, which one of you will not rejoice over the one and not the 99 that are found, right, but you're going to rejoice over that one that is found?
Right. Yeah. That's interesting. That's interesting. Oh, where to begin here? I mean, we read the lives of Esau, and that's never fun. And then reading the story of Joseph, the beginning of his story, get some understanding of that. And always an interesting story to read. Always good information there as we continue. You know, one thing I would say, I would find it ironic that Jacob would agree for Benjamin to go and he himself not go with him. I think if it was me, I would definitely have to go. Oh, you gonna take my youngest? So I'm gonna go. I'm going to. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm gonna go meet this man and make sure y'all don't muck this up. So, right. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Maybe that shows how much confidence he has in his children to get it right. So, you know, that could say a lot right there. So, but man, beautiful, wonderful story, and always getting into that interpretation of the dream is, you know, that's a magnificent part of the conversation, you know, the reading. So a lot to learn, a lot to glean from, and a lot to deal with. So praises to the Abba. I'll leave it there. Go ahead, Hank.
Kanak, you know, some really good reading, continuing the journey of faith building. You know, let's see, not last week, but maybe the week before that. And then, maybe about 2 weeks ago, you know, we read about how Abraham was getting ready to offer up his son Isaac, and how that was symbolic of the Most High offering up, you know, his only begotten son for the redemption of our sins. You know, just drawing a parallel. You know, today we're able to kind of see similarities in how our ancestors went into bondage, and how our patriarch Joseph went into bondage. Similar means of how that transpired and how that happened. Also, just seeing what can happen when one stays true to the Most High, being elevated and lifted up, even in a dire situation in a foreign land. Yourself rises to the second in command of the biggest world power at the time. You know, this is a divine intervention, and you know how many times. Well, not us, because I know I don't think like you or I would you know, if something bad like that were to happen to us, I don't think you or I would ever begin to cuss the Most High. But perhaps some people who don't know the Most High and don't know like these stories, like might get discouraged and think that all is lost and like, well, so this has happened to me, so now I don't have to continue my integrity. You know, because yourself could have been like, man, forget the Most High. Like I'm gonna sleep with this man's wife. I'm gonna be a wicked ass man. You know what I mean? Like bad things have happened to me. But that, you know, that wasn't how he was built. But yeah, just some really good reading, man. And I love these stories. You know, it's a part of our DNA, you know.
Kind. That was a beautiful segment as well. You know, it's ironic that you mentioned that because I actually experienced that, and I thought about that a couple of days ago. Matter of fact, and I experienced it was a man I was in the military with, and he was an Asian cat, and he was short, and he wasn't particularly. You know, he wasn't a nice looking dude. He was a little short dude. And I was telling him about, this was back when I was in Christianity, but I was telling him about the goodness of the JC person. And he said, basically he cursed him. He didn't say, like, he basically said, you know, forget about him or whatever. And I said, why would you say that? And then he said, because he made me look like this.
Wow.
So not only does he have a problem with the power, but he also has a problem with the way he looked. So he wasn't even comfortable being who he was. And so that said a lot about that cat. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but yeah, that's a reality. But I had forgotten about that, and I was thinking about that. Like, what kind of person would? Oh yeah, that kind of person. Yeah, because that's exactly what he did. So, hey, well, all right, we're gonna go ahead and close it on out. It's 8:22. It's almost getting sunset here. The sun is setting, in the process of setting. It is, but we're dark here soon. We're going to go ahead and close out this evening with the book of Ecclesiastes, as we always do about this time or whenever we finish. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter number 12 and verse number 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. It is so very important that we understand that in the conclusion of the whole matter, we are to fear the Most High and keep his commandments, because this is the whole duty of man. At the end of the day, when it is all said and done, all the dust is settled, all the smoke is cleared, we will be judged on whether we have feared the Most High and kept his commandments. Why? Because this is the entire reason that we are here. I am Ya'akazaki Yahu, joined by my most esteemed Akenaniah, giving all praises, honor, and great esteem unto the Most High Power, Yahuwah, Bahashem, Yahushua, Hamashiach, and to the 12 tribes of Israel who are scattered to the four corners of the earth. I say, Shalom, Wabarukim. That is peace and blessings. And I cannot wait till the day that the Most High brings us back together and we are once again 12 tribes, one family, one nation, under the Most High Power, under one covenant, and back in our own land, with no more a heart of stone, but indeed a heart of flesh, as the Most High have promised us. Until that day come, Shabbat Shalom, family.
Shabbat shalom, Mr. Bakar.
Praises to the Father. Hallelujah. Praise you.